Okay, guys, I've tried to make this like 5 times and my kids keep making noise. Okay, my starter is very hungry. It's, I actually fed it maybe 4 or 5 days ago and left it on the counter overnight. So it rose and fell and it was hungry, but I didn't have time to feed it. So I just stuck it in the fridge. So now it's like very hungry and there's no bubbles and there's nothing to eat. It's kind of soupier than what it was when I started. So I want to make bread tomorrow. So I'm going to feed this starter and discard a bunch and then feed it with fresh flour and fresh water. So here's how much I have. And what I've done is I've gotten this bowl and I've put in about a tablespoon of starter in here. And the rest of this I'm going to discard. So I'll use that for pancakes or something. Now I'm going to take my scale, and I know that I need 200 grams of water and 200 grams of flour to have enough for my recipe and to have plenty left over so that I keep having fresh starter. So you do not have to have a scale to do this. It just helps so that I know that I have enough for my recipe. So I'm going to add water first. I'm going to add 200 grams, but you could do this by eye, especially if you're just feeding this to like sustain it, just to feed it. You're not going to bake with it. You can just put a tablespoon of starter, half a cup of water, half a cup of flour kind of thing. But I'm going to do 200 grams of water. It's not that much. I'll try to do this without going over. It doesn't have to be perfect, but okay. That's about, okay, that's what's in my glass. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take my spatula. Shh, hold on, I'm doing a video right now. Just give me a second. I'm just stirring this up to dissolve it. So it's kind of just all one. Okay, and then I'm gonna tear it. And I'm going to take some flour. It's hard to do it one-handed. Take some flour. I'm going to do 200 grams of flour. So it's going to seem like a lot more flour than water because water is heavy. We're going to do about, and I always err on going a little heavy on the flour because you could, like, food is good, right? Okay, there we go, 200. And then I'm just going to stir it up, and that is it. If I sit this on the counter until tonight or even tomorrow morning, depending on how cold it is in your house, it will bubble up and not quite double, but it will be happy and ready to bake with. And then I will just use the amount of starter that I need in my recipe. And then the rest goes in a jar. I'll feed it again. I'll go in a jar and it'll be saved for the next time. So I'm gonna just put a top on it and set it on my counter, and it's going to do its thing until I'm ready to bake tomorrow.